Welcome, I am the Kaiju no Kami, and tonight's review is The Terror of MechaGodzilla. Godzilla vs. MechaGodzilla was a huge success in Japan. The robotic clone idea worked as MechaGodzilla instantly became one of the most highly praised adversaries of Godzilla in years. It also grossed much higher than Godzilla vs. Megalon had. As such, Toho decided to repeat the success of the last movie and bring MechaGodzilla back. Not only that, but for this entry they brought Ishiro Honda back to direct it, who hadn't worked on a Godzilla film since All Monsters Attack. Akira Ifukube also returned to helm the movie's music, his first time actually back since Destroy All Monsters. Together, the three still living fathers of Godzilla went on to what was hoped to be another success in the Godzilla franchise. This is just another alien plot, this time by the giant three-headed cosmic stock footage poop monster from the planet of the cockroach ape tentacle spacemen. Oh. Unfortunately, Terror of MechaGodzilla was a big bomb. Was it because the trio just decided to make a bad movie? Or was it that audiences were just tired of Godzilla? Let's find out. We begin with a submarine looking for the remains of MechaGodzilla in hopes of finding his head. They come across a giant dinosaur who attacks them and destroys the sub, killing everyone inside. It then cuts to Interpol trying to find out what happened. There they talk about there being some UFO sightings, and a marine biologist by the name of Akira Ichinose, played by Megalon's Katsuhiko Sasaki, arrives as requested. He is greeted by a former college friend and Interpol agent, Jiro Mirakoshi, played by Katsumasa Uchida. The chief plays a recording to Ichinose of the attack on the sub, and there is a strange roar in the background as the man sending the SOS screams about it being a dinosaur that is attacking them. From there we meet Commander Mugo, played by Goro Mutsumi, and his second-in-command, Suda, is played by Toru Ibuki. Mugo has just arrived on Earth to oversee the new operation to take the plane over from the previous commander's failure. Suda tells him that they have gained an interest in an exiled biologist named Dr. Shinzo Mifune. Mifune believed it was possible to control animals, and he wanted to do so on a still-living dinosaur he named Titanosaurus. Ichinose and Murakoshi learn about Mifune and go to his house to talk with him, but they are told by his daughter Katsura that he died 5 years ago. The duo head out and Katsura enters a secret lab beneath the house where her father is celebrating with Suda on the ability to control Titanosaurus. Akihito Hirata returns once more to play the crazed scientist, while Ultraman Leo's Tomoko Ai is Katsura. Suda takes the couple to his base at Mount Amagi and introduces them to his commander. There they learn that Suda is one of the aliens from the third planet of the black hole, and Mifune is asked to make a control device for MechaGodzilla. At that time, a prisoner escapes, but he doesn't get far as he is quickly executed. Katsura meets with Ichinose, who tells her that he found one of her father's research books about Titanosaurus. They are currently building another research sub and are going to look for the creature, and he would like her to join them. She declines and requests that they do not go, but he is insistent on restoring Mifune's legacy. At the same time, a maintenance employee hands a piece of space titanium to Murakoshi's boss and explains that a man had given him the piece while he was running away from some strange men. They realize the man was an agent of theirs, and Murakoshi is sent to look for him. Katsura tries to warn Ichinose about Titanosaurus, but she is stopped by Suda. Suda seems jealous. What is he thinking right now?
I'm gonna f*** a human. What? A human. A human.
It is revealed that an accident from years prior left Katsura nearly dead. Suda saved her by turning her into a cyborg. The research crew is attacked by Titanosaurs. They manage to injure the creature and escape thanks to supersonic waves emitted from the sub. In response, Interpol starts working on a weapon to defeat Titanosaurus should the need arise. Ichinose returns to the Mifune residence and sees them driving off. He follows them into the mountains when he is attacked by the spacemen. Murakoshi rescues him and the two escape together. We then get to see Mugo whipping his servants for their failure. What?
I say whip it. Whip it good. I say whip it. Whip it good.
Katsura meets with Ichinose once more and hands him one of her dad's research books. He tells her what Titanosaurus' weakness is, and of course she tells her father. She begs her father not to help the spacemen, but he shrugs off her concern in telling her that Titanosaurus will always be stronger than MechaGodzilla. He then sends the amphibious dinosaur out to attack Japan.
Jurassic Park is frightening in the dark. All the dinosaurs are running wild. Someone shut the fence off in the rain. I admit it's kinda eerie, but this proves my chaos theory, and I don't think I'll be coming back.
Interpol's supersonic device is discovered to be damaged, and Murakoshi is informed of the sabotage. He notices Katsura and others fleeing the scene, so he chases after her. The military attacks Titanosaurus, but they are still useless. Godzilla appears to save the day. Back to the chase, Katsura is shot and falls off a cliff into the ocean below. Titanosaurus is sent to retrieve her. Katsura is repaired once more, but now she is... Mugo tells Mifune that the MechaGodzilla controller switch has been installed in Katsura because the machine needs a brain in order to be perfect. Mifune laments his decision to help the aliens, but is too late as he is powerless to stop them. Ichinose goes back to Mifune's house once more in hopes that Katsura is alive and is taken prisoner by the spacemen. They take him to the underground lab where he meets the spacemen, Katsura, and Mifune.
Katsura-san. Katsura-san, あなたは君はチタノザウルスを探してくれたそうだな。あなたはマフネだ。マフネ博士。
Instead of killing him on the spot, they just tie him up. MechaGodzilla is launched just as Murakoshi and his men infiltrate the base. They free the prisoners and escape from the base just before it explodes. Titanosaurus is also let loose, and both he and MechaGodzilla begin their assault on Tokyo. We get treated to seeing them destroy some really nice looking miniatures. In fact, I haven't really talked about them all that much in recent reviews, but there really wasn't anything worth talking about. Here though, they are fantastic, and it looks like a city people actually live in. Anyway, all seems hopeless, especially for two kids who are about to be stepped on when Godzilla emerges. Wait, what happened to the kids? We didn't see them get away. You don't suppose that they were actually stepped on, do you? Wow. Whoa. Nah, they had to get away. The two monsters double team Godzilla in a similar fashion to the last movie with Godzilla and King Caesar. There is a nice melee battle between Godzilla and Titanosaurus.
Falcon Punch!
Soon the military joins in and Godzilla jumps on top of MechaGodzilla. But he is then suddenly on the ground, not even close to him, when Titanosaurus grabs him. Okay. Meanwhile, the supersonic device is finally fixed and they attach it to a helicopter. The attack on Titanosaurus is successful and he is knocked out of the battle. Wait a minute. They actually were successful at something? The military was actually successful at something without having someone else do it for them? Yes! Oh my god, they finally did something on their own for once! Ichinose frees himself and strangles Suda, but instead of transforming into an ape-man, his face falls off to reveal a lizard. Hold on. That means my joke from earlier no longer makes sense. Oh well. Katsura is shot by Murakoshi and MechaGodzilla's head is ripped off once more. To Godzilla's surprise, it turns out that there is a second head underneath in the shape of a robotic brain.
The pinky and the brain, the pinky and the brain. One is a genius, the other's insane. To prove their mousy worth, they'll overthrow the earth. The pinky and the brain, 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 brain.
Mugo uses Mifune as a shield as Mirakoshi shoots at him and he dies. Ichinose professes his love to Katsura regardless of what she is. She asks him to kill her in order to destroy MechaGodzilla, but he refuses. As such, she shoots herself. MechaGodzilla shuts down and Godzilla finishes him off and then restrains Titanosaurus. Mugo tries to escape in his spaceship, but Godzilla quickly destroys them with his atomic breath. He then knocks Titanosaurus around and blasts him back into the sea. Ichinose carries Katsura's body outside and Godzilla goes home. So that was Terror of MechaGodzilla. Overall, it is a really, really good movie. I'm not sure if it outdoes the first one. It does tend to repeat a lot of its concept and plot points, but the execution is phenomenal. Toho made the right decision by bringing Ishiro Honda back because he truly knows how to make a Godzilla movie. The movie also goes back to a much more serious tone, which I do welcome. The characters are also quite good, especially Katsura. Katsura is hands down the most fleshed out female lead in years. We get a ton of backstory on who she is, what happened to her, and she grows throughout the movie. She is a tragic character done extremely well. She slowly starts to grow feelings for Ichinose and it feels natural. It isn't just something that developed overnight, as there clearly is some time passing between each scene. She is one of the few things that stopped this from being a complete rehash of the last movie. Harada's Mifune is quite good too, and is his most developed character role since Serizawa. It is a shame that this was his final appearance in a Godzilla movie though. On the other hand, that gray wig needs to go. He is clearly not an old man. Ichinose and Murakoshi are pretty good characters too. Their motivations are there and they are good guys. There isn't too much to say about them. But I do like that Ichinose was really trying to restore Mifune's legacy to show people that he wasn't just a crazy old man. Sasaki definitely made up for his role in Godzilla vs. Megalon. I do wish we would have seen Nabaro though, instead of Mirakoshi, but whatever. The spacemen are pretty meh. I like that we actually got names for them this time around, but there is still really nothing worth talking about. Mugo just doesn't have the same presence the commander did in the last movie, but I cannot help to laugh at the scene with him holding the whip. It was just weird and out of the blue and silly. I also don't get why they are not ape men this time. Or if they are, that was an ape man on a budget. This movie could have really gone into detail on their planet and given us something juicy on a backstory as to what they are exactly, since they have already been established. But nope, we know as much about them as we did at the end of the last one. This is kind of sad considering this is the first movie to carry over the same group of villains. The effects in this movie are utterly fantastic. As I said before, the miniatures look flat out incredible. They are very detailed, look like they are from an actual city, and just watching them being destroyed rocks. These are truly the best miniatures since Destroy All Monsters. Also, despite their failure, it was good to see the military vehicles once again attack a monster that wasn't just stock footage. The night scenes are all great, and I love watching MechaGodzilla fire everything he had again. The Godzilla suit is the same as the last movie, so there really isn't anything new I can cover. MechaGodzilla has a lot of new changes, especially on his chest. I love the worn look and coloring he has in here. The best part was the brain head. That just added something new to the mix and was unexpected the very first time I had ever seen this movie. Nevertheless, the highlight monster of the movie is Titanosaurus. Like King Caesar, Titanosaurus is unique, original, and it is very tragic that Toho has never used him again. He was done in a much more realistic manner, mimicking some of the monsters to the early years of the franchise, which was great. I love the colors on him and his overall design stands out. He also brings in a nice compliment from the last movie about having two hero monsters. I really wish Toho would bring Titanosaurus back to the screen. Hell, how about a King Caesar vs. Titanosaurus movie? Just saying. Finally, a Fukube score is pleasing to the ears. I love his MechaGodzilla and Titanosaurus themes. It may not be my favorite Godzilla score, but I am so glad to have him back here. Oh. Sadly, Terror of MechaGodzilla was a big box office dud despite being a more traditional Godzilla movie. This is unfortunate because there is so much to love here, regardless of the flaws, which can easily be overlooked. This is a must-watch Godzilla movie for any fan. Well, I need to get these super secret plans out so that I can take down these aliens, so that I can conquer the world. This brings an end to the Showa series of Godzilla. Join me next time as I kick off the Heisei with Godzilla. 84. Also known as The Return of Godzilla. Bye.
I'm gone.